And now we have in studio Mayor Elaine Walker, the incoming Secretary of State. Madam Mayor, congratulations and thanks for being with me.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I'm very excited to be here. It's a very hectic time, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we appreciate you stopping in, because I know you are going to be sworn in on Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, as Secretary of State. And a lot of people were wondering, you were one of the best kept secrets in Frankfort when you were appointed earlier this month. Can you tell me how that all developed?
Well, of course, I have gotten to know the governor over the last couple of years, and also good friends with his lieutenant governor's candidate, former Mayor Jerry Abramson. Jerry and I have worked together at the U.S. Conference of Mayors and been involved in leadership positions in that organization.
Through the League of Cities? Through
the League of Cities, exactly. And so as we have worked together, I think that they've come to understand a little bit better about who I am, about the leadership skills that I bring to the table. And I think that there are a couple of things that kind of rose to the forefront with the governor. First of all, I'm in southwestern Kentucky, and that's a region that we really don't see a lot of representation at the state level.
Did you make that pitch to him that you could add some geographic diversity if you were on the ballot?
Well, I had conversations with the governor and with Jerry Abramson early on about my interest in being involved at the state level. I was very surprised to learn that Secretary of State Trey Grayson was going to be stepping down, and so that really was the trigger. When I got the governor's phone call on January 1st and he started to talk about the fact that there was this position coming available, my initial reaction was, gee, I wonder who he's going to recommend or appoint. And when he broached the subject with me, I was very honored. And I think that I do bring a lot to the table. I bring experience to the table and a lot of leadership experience. Had
you been making phone calls to kind of gauge what support you'd have if you ran for Secretary of State?
I talked to a couple of key individuals, people who had worked with me. You know, it's the kind of thing that if you look at the numbers, when I ran for mayor the first time, if you looked at the numbers, I was up against an incumbent who was very well funded. And so people really were skeptical of the fact that I would have the wherewithal to defeat this incumbent, and in fact I had a lot of tough time raising funds initially because of the dynamic. I ended up with winning by 62% of the vote. Now, that's not to say that my success is guaranteed. I know that what I have to do is work very, very hard for the election, but that's something that I'm used to doing, and so I think that depending on who you talk to, some people who know me say I've got a great possibility of winning not only the primary but the general. People who may not know me and know my style may question that possibility.
Do you have at this point an idea of how much it'll take to at least win the primary?
I'm still gathering that information. I'm having a lot of phone conversations with people, some face-to-face conversations, and I've got kind of a ballpark, but I really don't want to say anything right now.
6 figures at least?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, absolutely.